Welcome to lesson 105, using formulas. Today you're going to practice three formulas that you are already familiar with: perimeter, area, and volume. I have three problems to demonstrate those formulas on the board for you, and they're not drawn to scale. This first one says 1 centimeter by 5 centimeters, and this one says 8 inches by 12 inches. So this is obviously not drawn to scale. But we're going to start with this one, and we're going to talk about the formula for area. Now, area has a formula: A equals length times width. And in some cases you might say that's the base times the height. Okay? But you need to know the length of a parallelogram and its width to find the area. Now here we have a length of 5, and we have a width of 1. So 5 times 1 is 5. And if you're using area, you would tell us the square unit area that you are measuring. So if it's centimeters or miles or acres, you would label that with the units squared. So this would be 5 centimeters squared. So the area is 5 centimeters squared. Here, let's practice perimeter. Now, a lot of times students say perimeter, that's where you add all the sides. And that's correct. On a parallelogram, you could think of it as perimeter equals 2 of the lengths plus 2 of the widths. 2 lengths and 2 widths. So this is 12 and 12, 2 lengths. That's 24. And 2 widths, 16, 8 and 8 make 16. So we would have to add 24 to 16, and you would have found the perimeter all the way around this object. So that makes 40, and since we are talking about inches, you do need to label it with IN, and you do not put squared, you don't put cubed or anything, because you're talking about an actual length. How long is it to go all the way around the perimeter of this object? And the final formula is volume. So here I have a three-dimensional figure. See how it's different here? For volume, you want to actually know the amount of space that would fill in an object. So it's 3D. So here's 8, 3, and 2, and those are the three numbers, the three sides you will need to know to find volume. Because the formula for volume is volume equals length times width times height. And notice the beginning of it, length times width. Does that sound familiar? Length times width. That's the area. You're finding the area of the base of the object, and then you're multiplying that times how high it goes up. So length is 8, width is 3. So 8 times 3 is 24. So the area of this bottom is 24. But then it goes up twice. So 2 24s make 48. So this volume equals 48. And we're talking about inches, so you have to say IN. And since you're talking about a 3D object, something that's cubic inches, you need to put the symbol for cubed, which is a little 3, after the symbol for your units that you're measuring. So your answer would be 48 inches cubed. So those are your three formulas. If you need any assistance practicing those, I would be glad to help. Thanks.